Brought to you by
Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
Grounds as Bulemezi fans rally for the Uganda Masters Cup final showdown, and the Uganda Cranes camp in buoyant mood ahead of their decisive clash with Niger.
Brought to you by
Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
Good evening once again. I am Lauryn Kazimoto, and my colleague in sign language interpretation, Muhammad Mugalu, will be joining us in a bit. Now, in our top story this evening, President Yoweri Museveni, Commander-in-Chief of the Uganda People's Defence Forces, has presided over the retirement of 7 generals at State House in Entebbe. The retirees, a part of the 15th retirement batch for the 2025-26 financial year, include Lieutenant General Peter Elwelu, Lieutenant General Francis Okello, and Major General Hudson Mukasa. Museveni reflected on the UPDF's humble beginnings during the 1981 resistance, crediting community support and divine guidance. Now, Defense Minister Jacob Oboth praised the officers' service and warned against post-retirement financial scams, while Lieutenant General Sam Okiding lauded General Muhoozi Kainerugab's leadership. We have the details.
I thank God for the favor of representing these very, very distinguished generals of UPDF. Your Excellency.
Therefore, you are going home, but you will remain our ambassadors. In the military, it is different. You are not going to throw the military ship completely, detach your.
Chapter 3, verse 1, and I want to quote. There is a time for everything, and a season for every matter under the heavens. Praise the Lord. The chairman of the Defense Forces Council, Sabalwanyi, Semalungu. Today we say to you, in the presence of our Father in heaven, and the presence of all our relatives who are here, and all the people
to attack the Sudanese at Kaya. So you can see that this work has really been blessed by God. Something starting so small, like I said in one of the books, sowing the mustard seed, and it became a big tree where birds would flock. So therefore, when we are here, the first thing we should do is, as you have done, is to thank God. Thank God for blessing us in those efforts. But also to thank the individuals who were involved, because sacrifice, even the ones who died, did not die for nothing. We shall all die, but die after having done what? And when I come here, I hear and I see, because I remember everything. You people, I praise God that you and us and all of us, the population who supported us, took the right side of history. That's why Uganda is now where it is. And I thank General Peter Ruero for becoming my legal counsel. When I go to heaven now, I'm now coached. What I will tell God, I say, remember, I could have done more if it was not for people who were diverting us.
Now, Speaker of Parliament Anita Annette Among has dismissed corruption allegations leveled against her by former Speaker Rebecca Kadaga. Now, Kadaga told NRM delegates this week that sanctions imposed on Anita Among stemmed from corruption, but Among insists they are punishment for her strong stand against homosexuality. Now, the two are locked in a fierce race for NRM's second national vice chairperson, female, with verbal exchanges intensifying. We have the details.
This is the video circulating on various media platforms where the former Speaker of Parliament, Rebecca Kadaga, accused the sitting Speaker, Anita Among, of corruption, among other allegations. The Kamali woman Member of Parliament and Minister for East African Cooperation linked the recent international sanctions imposed on Among to dishonesty. Kadaga was addressing the NRM delegates.
Sanctions. Sanctions must take up.
On a similar occasion in the Busoga region, Anita Among responded to the accusations.
My upbringing is that I don't attack elders. I have too much respect for Right Honorable Kadaga. I will not respond to her.
Among reminded the NRM delegates of her spirited fight against homosexuality, which she believes is the reason she was targeted.
And indeed, if you're a parent, you never accommodate that law. Unless if you are not a parent. Their personal benefits. And I am paying a price for it. That is why I was sanctioned.
The NRM party is scheduled to hold its National Delegates Conference at the end of August 2025, where both Anita Among and Rebecca Kadaga are candidates for the same position of second national vice chairperson for females.
But Busoga still yearns for more. Let other people come and play in Busoga, offer something for Busoga, and make Busoga better.
But we are only being genuine that you have run your distance. Thank you so much. At this point, you need to be more advisory than participative.
This contest has sparked a series of verbal attacks and counter-accusations between the two NRM heavyweights.
The question should be asked, before Anita became a speaker, where was that money going?
Banange ekibuuzo kiri nti nga Anita akaali kufuuka speaker wa parliament esente edo oba obugabirizo bwali bujaawa.
Now when I start giving that donation to every district, they start saying Anita is corrupt.
Ye bw'atandise okuwa sente edo buli district balikoba nti kabiri ye ali corrupt.
The Busoga region event was held at the home of Budiope County MP Moses Magogo. Nahabwe Charity, UBC News.
Thank you, Nahabwe Charity. Now, the former Loop coordinator for Luka District, Herbert Mayengo, now with the NRM, has pledged to increase President Museveni's vote share in Busoga from 31 to over 50% in 2026. He made the remarks alongside the NRM Domestic Workers Mobilization team in Kampala.
We have come out boldly and strongly. We are going to support you, and the ranking which was previously in 2021, when we were in NUP, we know what to do, why to do, how to do, and when to do. We have a strategic point, we have a strategy which has a mission and a focus to which we are going to lean against, that we put the NRM government at the highest point of voting power, which was ranking from 31.6% to even beyond 70%.
While training, while on field trainings in Busoga, we met Mr. Herbert, who liked our message, and he said that he wanted to join NRM. I said, "You are welcome." And he said that he had a number of defectors with him, over 4,000 defectors. We met them, we trained them, we skilled them, and right now they are good citizens of Uganda. They are doing businesses. They have left doing small businesses. They are now doing businesses that bring incomes into their pockets. And when he had the information that we are portraying, he said, I'm changing from NUP to NRM. And from that time, he has been with us. We've been moving with him across the country. He's here with us, and we are still moving with him until the time of voting. The project on voter creation had not been financed yet, and we have been using our personal money, and we've been borrowing money to execute our duties. In our
National Resistance Movement Party Entrepreneurship League Championship contender King Caesar Augustus Mulenga is rallying for support in Bukedi, Bugesu and Sebe with a message of skilling as the key to tackling youth unemployment. We have the details.
Teso sub-region has not had a major cash crop since cotton disappeared nearly 20 years ago. Today, cereals and legumes dominate as both food and commercial crops.
So here sorted.
King Caesar Augustus Mulenga has campaigned in Greater Eastern Uganda. The meeting has been held in Mbali City. The delegates have been drawn from the three regions of Bukedi, Sebei and Bugesu, which makes up Greater Eastern part of the country.
And we are here for you, King Caesar, not for about the rest of it.
Manaf 100% for King. I also, therefore, I will support him.
Far from Boko, Bushia, Toro and Kapchorwa, among others, no delegates remained home.
Among all the candidates, he was the first to visit Bugesu.
But a person who makes wealth, reaches a certain level, and thinks about the poor, himself without looking for politics, but thinks about the poor, that is a good person.
I know all these candidates. I have worked with some of them. They are good people. They are also NRM. But this time we are looking for leadership.
Having listened to a section of candidates in this race, the Easterners have not been reserved, only to say it loud and clear that in King Caesar Augustus Mulenga, they see light.
What the king says, he does it. What the king says, he does it.
God that did his work in 7 days. and the rest is for us from God planned for us and benefit from it.
The East is leading King Caesar vote. The East has been identified to give Caesar a win.
Addressing the delegates, candidate Caesar Augustus Mulenga tabled his manifesto.
I have already hired a consultant to make a draft policy, which draft policy I will call a national conference of entrepreneurs, and this national conference will debate and make sure every interest of a business person is taken care of.
In this campaign trail, Caesar has all the times promised to put emphasis on uplifting and empowering entrepreneurs across the country.
My approach is in 4 categories. There are certain things I'm going to do according to the resources God has kept with me. There are certain programs I'm going to execute, me and entrepreneurs. There are programs I'm going to execute, myself, entrepreneurs, and our party.
Skilling the unemployed, mainly the youth, will be key in this term of office.
You have a PhD, but you are not employed. Why don't you come and study plumbing, study electrical, study masonry, study carpentry, study art, so that you use your hands to gain money.
The delegates from Bugisu crowned King Caesar Augustus Mulenga with the Bama Saba maize as a symbol of endorsement.
Yes, deliver our kingship. Yes, in the sake of NRM. Yes, take like this one. This is what you'll use as a king of King Caesar. King Caesar.
Robert Nyango, UPC News.
Now, Teso leaders are pushing for commercial farming and value addition, with Captain Mike Mukula pledging a milk processing plant to boost dairy incomes as he campaigns for re-election to the NRM SEC.
Teso sub-region has not had a major cash crop since cotton disappeared nearly 20 years ago. Today, cereals and legumes dominate as both foods and commercial crops.
So here, Soroti, the main districts here do not have any running machinery. Teso Cooperative Union runs, but it doesn't have a running machinery.
Leaders want to change this trend through value addition.
All of this produce of Uganda, of Teso, goes to Kenya, and that's where the value is added and exported. So it is Kenya that ultimately reaps the benefits of the sweat of the people of Teso.
Mukula's arrival raised hopes. He noted that Teso lacks a cash crop beyond fruits.
You don't have tea, you don't have coffee, you don't have tobacco, you don't have copper, you don't have tourism. The 3 T's and the 3 C's are not in Katakwi.
Promising a milk processing facility to boost incomes.
The president's drive to bring the money economy to the people. In that direction, I am going to build in my company, in the group of companies, in Teso across the Nile, the first dairy plant, which will add value to our milk.
Earlier, he delivered a similar message to delegates in Bukedia, seeking their backing for his return to the NRM top leadership.
We are part of the midwives that midwifed Bukedia district. And I'm proud to say and stand here now as the son of the soil to show you and to say that I stand with Bukedia, I stand with the people of Bukedia, and I remain committed to Bukedia. Viva, viva NRM!
Delegates from both districts pledged their support.
Is the person who managed to calm Teso, where we're enjoying peace right now.
He has used not just his own knowledge, but he has also used his personal resources outside the party for the good of NRM. That's why we see that NRM is doing well in Teso region.
The NRM National Delegates Conference is set for late August 2025, where new SEC leaders will be elected.
Asante sana.
Henry Okrut, UBC.
Now in Lira, State Minister Haruna Kasolo and Northern Youth MP aspirant Elma Kapel stirred crowds with contrasting visions. Kasolo calling for party renewal and Kapel championing youth empowerment. Details follow.
State Minister for Microfinance Haruna Kasolo received a rousing welcome in Lira, where supporters turned up in large numbers for his campaign rally. In a symbolic gesture, the people bestowed upon him a language name Momara, meaning love.
But according to the body language I see here, I can witness that indeed you have accepted to support Omara.
Kasolo's message to the delegates centered on unity, party renewal, and ensuring grassroots members reap the benefits of government programs.
For instance, now we need to amend our constitution. NRM chairpersons of the district and NRM sub-county attend council meetings, district council and sub-county council respectively. Because you see at the national level, the Secretary General of NRM attends the cabinet, and even the president, to empower these leaders. Because you see, once we send the resources to the district, at least we must, NRM party must have an eye.
The way he portrayed himself, the way his ministry have really tried to work, and his ministries work like PDM and Myoga is felt all over Uganda. That means that he is a good servant.
Just as the minister departed, the spotlight shifted to youth politics. Northern Youth MP aspirant Halma Kapel rallied young delegates from across Langu sub-region, promising what she called a fundamental change in the region's leadership.
We can be the ones to rewrite the history. We write the history that we together, the people of Northern Uganda, for the first time elected a Northern Youth Member of Parliament from Karamoja.
Kapel vowed to champion policies addressing unemployment, skills training and inclusion for young people in decision-making spaces.
The biggest one is opening opportunities, because opening opportunities is one that everybody can tap on. Looking at things like job opportunities, looking at education opportunities, looking at skilling, to ensure that our youth come out of the situations that they are in and they're able to develop themselves.
With the campaign season intensifying, Lira has been one of the key stops for candidates seeking to shape the political future both within the NRM and in Parliament. The battle for hearts, minds and votes is just getting started. Ediulwa, UBC News.
Uganda Cranes are in high spirit after a 3-0 win over Guinea, holding a lively recovery session ahead of Monday's Niger clash.
Like a final cup for us, we had to motivate ourselves. It's just a motivation for the player. If you are playing a big game, it's just a motivation, and we had to win to bring back our glory and to respect the country. Of course, we carry a big badge on our chest, so we had to win. We had to do everything to win. We had to bring our A game, each and every one. And for the fans, it was a nice. I've played in crowds, but yesterday was a bit big, and it was encouraging, and it was motivating for us. Ambition, of course, the captain told you before even we started the tournament, is to get out of the group stages, to make history. So that's the mission that we have, and the win yesterday motivated us. It was a positive win. At least now we have to step it up, because everyone is looking at us again. Okay, the feeling is nice. Everyone is okay, but a bit of tiredness that is hitting us, but it's our job.
And thank my teammates for the performance.
We came to the game knowing that it was a do or die. Any negative results would hinder our chances of progression to the next stage. So the boys knew what was at stake, and we gave it our all. Thank God we came out victorious and emerged winners. We were very, very happy to see our fans, Larry, behind us. You know, it was a heavy defeat last time in the opening game, but I would like to thank the fans who came to support us with numbers. Their support hugely motivated the boys. I would say it's still an open group. We still have chances of progression to the next stage, and it's our primary objective right now. It's to get out of the group stage, of course.
Now, fans in Kampala are hailing the Cranes' emphatic victory over Guinea, urging more investments in grassroots football.
A Regan Mpande goal, Alan Okello brilliant spot kick, and Ivan Ahimbisiwe goal moved the Uganda Cranes fans into jubilant moods, chanting songs of praise and thanking the team for their comeback. We visited the streets of Kampala earlier in the day to get opinions of Cranes fans, and this is what they had to say about the team.
Yesterday we saw a bounce back of the Uganda Cranes after being thrashed 3-0 by Algeria, but we are so grateful to the coach and also the players, Okello, Ahimbisiwe, Mpande. They did their best.
And we can also see our pitches are also improved towards this tournament. And one thing about is that once the pitches are improved, they're improved forever. And to Uganda, they're doing well. They lost their first game, but they bounced back.
Omupiira gw'eggulu gwadde muyitirivu nnyo. Luno Cranes yatulaze ekyeyinawo era abaana twasanyuse nnyo, babadde ne vibe nga buli musambi yenna olaba. Wingi zonna zadde zikola, midfield eyatulemesa nayo ng'olaba eyeegattako, defense nga nayo yonna. Kipa luli twali tulowooza nti oba omusajja baamugenda naye omusajja yakutte jjo era mulaba seevu yakoze nga seevu nnya ezadde ez'amaanyi ennyo. Butuufu abaana baakoze bulungi nnyo era twavuddeyo enambole nga tuli basanyufu nnyo. Yonna tuseeka saa 9 just lwa ssanyu.
Omupiira gwasooka twaguze naye tukata tugambe ne balina kukola. Ate tekitegeeza nti Algeria olwokati twagigwa tisola banedda butukisoboka.
In Mbara, it's ecstasy after impressive displays from two of their own, Hilary Mukundane, who was solid as a rock in defense, and Ivan Ahimbisiwe, putting a perfect icing on the Cranes' display with a classy goal. UBC TV sports team interviewed football enthusiasts in Mbara.
Tuli basanyufu okulaba nti abaana baffe abava mu Western Region naddala nga Hilary Mukundane nayimbisibwe okulaba nti bapafomize bulungi Uganda Cranes era Western Region era abantu bana basibye nga basanyufu. Kino kitegeeza nti abantu mu Western Region baagala nnyo omupiira naddala okulaba nga abantu abava mu Western Region basambira Uganda Cranes era abantu basibye basuze nga bajaganya okulaba nti bapafomize bulungi for the first time. Western Region tuludde nga tuli banyiivu okulaba nti abaana baffe wano mu Western Region ffe tulabire n'empiira wano mu Western naye tulaba nti abaana beeno basamba bulungi okusinga n'abaana be naye tubafuna chance olaba bawadde chance kati nga Hilary Mukundane bamuwadde chance okusamba ku mupiira naye yapafomize bulungi nnyo.
Focus has now shifted to their next clash against Niger on Monday next week. Reporting for BC TV, Helen Barbara, Gizan.
Coach Molly Biekwaso says the pressure to perform drove the Cranes to their win, crediting teamwork and fan support.
Thank the Almighty God for this victory, and I'd like to thank the players for their total commitment, which they have really shown on the pitch. The team which we played was not weak. It was a good team, very strong side, technically gifted. They were good in ball usage, running behind our defense, but all things were prepared in the game because we had already seen their video after playing Niger. So we thank God for playing well, and this is not the end because we know we are playing Niger on Monday. So we are happy for some few hours, but tomorrow we shall go back for our training to prepare for Niger.
Thank you so much. It feels so amazing to win today. The boys worked so hard. The fans were so excellent today, and I'd like to give them the credit for motivating us. And the boy gave it all today. Yeah, I would like to give credit to the technical team, the coaches. Before the game, they came to me and told me, Alan, today you're going to play on the wide areas. I was like, will I manage? But then they explained to me everything I had to do to play in the half spaces, to widen up the pitch. And, I did my best today. I did my best, and all I wanted for the team today was to get the 3 points, and thank God that we got these 3 points.
All right, now away from the Cranes, concerned residents in Kitagwenda are protesting the NRM primary victory of Robert Mugabe, accusing him of having an unresolved criminal case. Now, efforts to get his comment were unsuccessful.
Mugabe is a local politician in Kitagwenda. Mugabe was a district councillor for Nyabani, and later became the interim chairperson of Kitagwenda. When he tried to go through the process of being nominated for the position of chairperson LC5, it was found that he owned forged academic documents. His primary 7 was forged, and then UNEB ordered Electoral Commission to denominate Mugabe. And now this case has been in court. But now, because this Mugabe has been working for Kafuzi at his own radio called Chaka FM, it is now Kafuzi who is trying to shield impunity, such that that case of forgery is not heard or tried in local courts. He's trying to shield him. He's trying to support impunity. He's trying to undermine the powers of judges in High Court. As we talk today, Mugabe was nominated in NRM primaries for the position of MP, member of parliament. And now he is the flag bearer. Yeah, he won primaries. Yes. But he was nominated simply because Kafuzi has been undermining systems of court trying his forgery cases.
The case of uttering false documents and forgery was never disposed of. That is our prayer. We are not contesting his winning the NRM flag bearer. We are contesting the undisposal of the forgery and utterance of false documents. That case is supposed to be disposed of because UNEP recalled his forged papers.
His forged academic documents.
And the Electoral Commission, led by Mr. Byawakama, denominated him from contesting for LOC5. That is enough proof to show that he had forged. True, he went back and did mature entry, which is allowed in the laws of Uganda. But after having forged, that case is still pending. Yes, and did mature entry. But that doesn't take away the forgery he had made.
All our children, wherever they are, it will be observed that if that somebody with impunity can do what? Can also get power.
Government has set up a compensation fund for landowners to curb evictions and protect Bibanja holders according to State Minister for Lands, Dr. Sam Mayanja. Now, he made the revelation while addressing a land law conference at Makerere University.
Speaking at the Land Law Conference, which attracted lawyers, real estate practitioners and students, Dr. Mayanja emphasized the initiative is part of ongoing efforts to eradicate land grabbing in Uganda.
The value, what is beneficial value of a mile entitled holder now, today? Your beneficial value is 5,000 per annum.
He warned that anyone caught evicting tenants or bibanja holders without the consent of District Security Committee and the Ministry of Lands will face prosecution in courts of law.
Even refer to these precedents which are there. In legal practice, we are covered by precedent. We are bound. Courts, these have been decided cases, but they are deciding and evicting people. Because what they did in the current Land Act was to bring this law of 80 years ago and put it in our present act. 80 years ago, we are still bound to pay usuru and invujo on our own land, and we evicted by court order. They don't even look at the precedent. 700, almost 1,000. And a man said, Sagala bantu kutaka lyange muvemu. They could vow to go where? It's their land.
The minister also provided an in-depth explanation of land laws, focusing particularly on the Milo land system, and commended President Yoweri Museveni's government for reinvesting in the land office to ensure fair compensation for landlords.
We call them legal or bona fide occupants. That's a constitutional term of today. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1928 Usuru and Ivujoro was a compromise which recognized both the right of the Mayo landlord's ownership and that of the occupant on the same piece of land. That's a target. NRM government therefore embarked on land reform measures which were intended to effect a change in land rights in Uganda.
Some participants at the conference expressed frustration over wealthy individuals exploiting the poor by forcefully taking their land.
Intense war going on, land war going on in Uganda.
It's already been mentioned in the communication from the Vice Chancellor. We need to understand Milo better, not generally, but getting information almost pertaining to each combination of landlord and tenant.
Benon Mokwaya, Jamil Sekaja, UBC News.
Pastor Wilson Bugembe at 20 in Uganda Kusaraya. Do you remember this? How about this? And this one? Join Pastor Will B as he celebrates 20 years of great ministry, worship, praise, and holy entertainment. On the 8th of August at Campus Arena Hotel. Interest is 150K and the table of 8 goes for 3 million. Alibaba tickets available at 120K on MomoPay. Dial *165*20#. You can also find them at Worship House Nasana, Papa Sport Machinde, and Serena Hotel. For booking, call 0760-333-132. Sponsored by Victoria University, Phenon Records, Next Media, Pepsi, QC Restaurant, Massey Christian School, Success Motors, and MTN.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4 and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Musumba Ezekiel okuva Kenya, musajja wa Katonda, Mukama amukozesa mujje mu crusade egenda okubeera ekirombe, manye obulamu bwammwe tebugenda kusigala kyekimu.
Uganda, are you ready for the biggest revival explosion? New Reference Center in the Church presents a revival healing crusade by pastor and an international evangelist, Ezekiel from Kenya.
Shine, shine, shine. You shine and you shine. And just in the name of Jesus.
It will be held from 13th to 17th August 2025 at Zambia Chirombe Grounds, Kampala. Time 8 a.m. Come and take your miracle.
Mwenna abantu b'ekirombe mwenna abali awo mujje mu lukuŋŋaana. The Lord will seriously bless you.
All you are welcome.
At UNOC, we believe in safety.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Welcome back from that break. And now in more news this evening, Karamoja leaders are sounding the alarm over rising parental neglect, leading to dropouts, early marriages, teen pregnancies and child trafficking. Now the concerns came during a consultative meeting on developing national safeguarding guidelines for children, supported by Des Homes, Netherlands. We have more.
Yes,
Children and young people in Karamoja face challenges such as child-headed families, trafficking, cultural norms that perpetuate abuse, child labor, forced marriages, and teenage pregnancies. Stakeholders attribute these issues to increasing parental neglect in the region.
A child moves like for 50 kilometers to go and sell shackle in Kabong town, whereby you find at the end of the day, this child is given 5,000, and the parents instruct the child not even to spend 1,000 shillings. When the child uses this money without the authority from the parents, you find this child is beaten thoroughly for having used that money.
The parents are not providing for the children. They're not providing. Just because of crude warrage, crude warrage alcohol that people take at the community. Find that people become drunk and they fail.
The parents does not take children as their children. they see children drinking, taking something which is very harm. They tell children that you continue.
Educationists and local leaders say some parents negotiate with perpetuators in cases of pregnancy or defilement instead of seeking justice.
The case from the police and say, let's go and agree at home. So you find that this case is silenced, it's not being followed, there's no tracking.
The children, those who can't, they cross the border and go to Kenya. And of course, after mutilating, after them being cut, after finishing everything, they now come back.
It is for this reason that the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, with support from Tere de Homes Netherlands, organized a stakeholders consultative meeting to develop national safeguarding guidelines for children and young people.
Recognize that several children are put at risk, especially by people in institutions, those supposed to care and protect them. But we also know that as well very few people know about why we need to put safeguards in place, especially when we are engaging with.
The meeting held in Moroto Municipality was attended by district education officers, community development officers, probation officers and health workers. Officials from the Ministry of Gender explained why the safeguarding guidelines are needed.
Once these guidelines are here, they are going to support us to set minimum national safeguarding standards for organizations and institutions, but also promote preventive measures.
So we want to create a framework within which they can be able to develop their own and customize them based on the national umbrella guidelines that we are safeguarding guidelines.
Participants outlined what they want included in the guidelines.
Then establish and strengthen child protection committees, include child-friendly communication ways, policies to be inclusive, targeting programs.
Stakeholders believe that once the guidelines are in place, they will help end violence against children and young people in the country.
President Museveni has urged government school heads to stop sending children home over fees balances, warning it worsens dropout rates. Now, the message was delivered in Arua by Presidential Advisor Colonel Kibrai Ambu during a service delivery review.
Uganda's education sector is experiencing high school dropouts among learners, with the worst being among the rural population. One of the factors leading to increased dropouts remains poverty among parents that sometimes hinders them from paying their children's school fees.
According to the president, and it has been confirmed also, 1. Arua, school-age going children who are supposed to be at school are still in many at home.
As a result, some children are sent away by school managements whenever parents fail to pay the fees timely.
2. Dropout rate is always rising, and it is made worse by head teachers sending children home because extra charges that have been decided upon by the teachers and the parents have not been paid.
However, many of the school fees come out of resolutions during meetings called by Parents Teachers Association, where parents are also fully involved.
And the president has even been talking about it, that he has realized that it is not the teachers who levy this extra charge, but they agree in what? The PTA meeting. Good reasons. One reason could be they could have employed extra teachers because of shortage of teachers.
To that effect, the president is calling upon management of government schools to devise better means that can keep children in school other than chasing them home.
We, indirectly or directly, are supporting the degradation of the education in Western Nile. But we must follow up with this, to first of all engage the parents and explain to them the value of education, and to explain to the teachers that the child they are sending home is a victim of a situation. So the president says, I should tell you, any teacher who sends children home because of extra charges should be arrested and prosecuted. You have heard. You have heard.
In another development, President Yoweri Museveni advised health workers in government facilities to explain reasons when patients miss getting prescribed drugs before being directed to private pharmacies.
Because you don't talk, the president is the one who is accused and abused, that he is a liar. Where is the free treatment now? So the president says, health workers, are you getting me? Should always explain to patients when they don't find drugs in the hospital, so that the patients go away knowing that in any case government is trying its best, but the drugs run out of stock.
Leaders of Arua district blamed inadequate service delivery over having few administrative units with a large population.
We have very wide parishes and very wide villages. Service delivery cannot reach to the people.
Now, when you look at allocation of resources, one Emioga came, they were allocating it per constituency, but we only have one constituency. So as other people got 3-4 times of the money allocated for us, we got one off, which was 560.
Joseph Odama, UBC News.
We bring you the moving story of Raja Adam, a Sudanese mother from the Nuba Mountains who endured the horrors of war and made unthinkable choices to survive. Her journey is one of loss, resilience, and unwavering hope. Take a look.
I left her. Up to now, she's in Nuba Mountain. I don't know.
With her voice trembling, she recalls the memories of the conflict, the fear, and uncertainty still linger etched on her face like scars.
I'm crying when I'm speaking for my deceased story, because my family, I lost my family there.
Raja Adam, a 39-year-old Sudanese, sits in a quiet corner among other refugees, reflecting on her journey from Sudan.
When the aeroplane is fighting, I fell down. Now I have problem in my leg. And even I have this place also.
As she recounts her story with tears rolling, Raja remembers the day she left her home in Kalai, Sudan, like it was yesterday.
If you are not caring for your children, you lost your husband, your family, your what, and this is the small family that you are going to make a new family because you are alone.
In 2019, Raja Adam fled from her village of Kalai, Kuloji County, in the Northern Mountains, between the border of Sudan and South Sudan, after the conflict between the Sudan government and SPLA was unbearable. She had to flee with her 3 children, not knowing that in that confusion, she could lose one of her child.
Even they ban all the village. No one can stay there. We are running from here up to 3 hours. There is mountain there. We run up to that mountain. My children, the others, they go there, but 3 days, I get one. But that one, I'm not get her up to now. I left her there.
During that fateful day in Kalai village in Sudan, was forced to make an impossible choice to flee and risk everything, or stay and face death with her children by her side.
But when I'm talking the story, I remember that things. That is why I'm crying.
She embarked on a risky journey to Uganda, where she would eventually find relative peace and safety. Despite being a refugee, she found safety, support, and a chance to rebuild her life through psychosocial support and livelihood startup grants from development partner TPO Uganda.
He was providing a mental health and psychosocial support component, which is holistic in nature. When we talk about the holistic package, we are looking at services ranging from basic to advanced mental health and psychosocial support services.
What we do is we support refugees with the life-saving activities. Life-saving activities are things like things which will help them to survive.
Raja's story is one of the resilience and determination. She depends on humanitarian support from TPO and Johannita, offering her a chance for a new beginning. For decades, the Nuba Mountains in Sudan have been plagued by unending conflicts, subjecting the local population to immense hardship and suffering. The prolonged violence had disrupted lives, destroyed infrastructure, and hindered access to basic necessities like water, healthcare, and education. The impact of these conflicts have been devastating, forcing many women and children to flee their homes in search of safety. With no prior income-generating activity, she joined TPO training sessions. Raja was equipped with essential skills on how to manage life, trauma, and depression. Haruna Mutesasira, UBC News.
Thank you, Haruna Mutesasira, for that story. And now into health. Minister Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng says many regional hospital oxygen plants remain idle due to inadequate electricity supply. Now she's urging a switch to industrial lines to boost capacity and save the equipment from going to waste.
You're most welcome. Welcome.
This week, Parliament reflected on a report of the Committee on Government Assurance and Implementation on the commitment by government to upgrade, rehabilitate, construct and equip health facilities. The promise was to, among others, install CT scans, oxygen plants and ICU equipment in all regional referral hospitals.
While the Minister of Health reported that government procured and delivered 140 free ICU bed units in 14 regional referral hospitals, 5 selected national referral hospitals, and Bombo Military General Hospital, Annex 7, the committee established that most of the ICU bed units delivered in regional referral hospitals were still boxed and kept in stores.
The 2024 report, presented by Chimanya County MP Abed Bwanika, exposed how Uganda risks losing medical equipment worth billions, as some have been abandoned, no medical staff to operate them, among other challenges.
The committee recommends that the Minister of Health should investigate the handling and the management of ICU equipment.
Acheng responded to some queries, especially the deserted newly acquired oxygen plants at various health centers.
Indicated to the committee that the newly procured oxygen plants would not operate on low capacity transformers currently in the regional referral hospitals.
Because each installation requires a transformer. Ministry of Energy was not able to provide. It consumes a lot of power.
Clarification.
We have been pushing that the hospitals are put on the industrial line if we are to maintain them. We are yet to have a breakthrough.
If the transformer is of a lower voltage, we can actually see how we can provide an appropriate transformer.
What fueled the debate was the blame game on who is responsible to prioritize funding for the health sector. This was after the ministry decried no funding for the national ambulances.
We have huge challenges with fuel, not only for the boat ambulances, but even the land ambulances.
And I do not want this issue of the government coming here and say, we're not funded, we're not funded. What are you doing in cabinet? If you cannot defend your sector, what are you really doing in cabinet?
So I'm wondering why it is very difficult for us to appropriate and increase the budget of health. What is the problem? Where does the money go?
In the financial year 2024-2025, Parliament was at loggerhead with the executive over budget allocations and priorities, leading to a no-show on funds for ambulances. The House reminded the executive.
You know, the budget formulation is for executive, ours is on appropriation. So executive look for money.
Still in health, Uganda will host its second national conference on health, human rights and development in September, bringing together policymakers, practitioners and researchers to chart solutions for equitable health. We have the details.
On aspects which we call individual characteristics, because even you as an individual you can do it. Whereas all these determinant factors, but they are individual characteristics. That now when you have diet, what do you partake? How does your diet look like? Do you do exercise, physical activity? Do you smoke? Do you take alcohol consumptions? And other health-related behaviors like seeking care or doing medical checks. Those are now individual which you have control over them, which we can translate and to say that they are aspect of self-care. That how do you take care of take care of them.
And society level, and again the conference will focus on facilitating such a conversation where these social determinants are discussed and actions identified.
Here to say health is no longer the Ministry of Health. It's a multi-sectoral approach. It is a whole society approach. It is a collective responsibility from we the people ourselves and other actors, especially the food systems actors. If only we could do what we could do, then the health system is going to be more efficient and more effective.
Naro has called on journalists to defend science and fight misinformation, especially in agriculture, during a training in Masindi.
Director General for Agriculture Technology Promotion at the National Agriculture Research Organization, Dr. Sadiq Kasim, has urged the media to observe accuracy, credibility and objectivity in reporting on agriculture research and innovations.
And you see, when you research benefits from your impact, but one way or the other, the population, mankind, has benefited from your impact and influence.
The training is part of NARO's broader effort to equip journalists with relevant skills to interpret agriculture research and make it relevant to farmers, policymakers and the public. Dr. Kasim challenged scientists to be transparent and accessible, urging journalists to verify facts and highlight science-based solutions.
Is to exhibit the highest level of transparency. Because sometimes also the activists are looking at how did you develop this. So for us also as researchers, we should be able to explain to you transparently how we evolve technologies. And you should be able to verify and you also communicate.
The training aims to bridge the gap between science and society, positioning the media as a vital link in telling Uganda's true agriculture story and transforming agriculture from subsistence to commercial production to boost economic growth.
We know that agricultural research outs a lot of complex information, which may not be easy for our media people to interpret many times accurately. And this goes on to affect the usage of the technologies that are released. So through this training, we have enhanced their capacity to report and interpret agricultural research information, and also bring them up to speed on the different technologies that the National Agricultural Research Organization has developed over the time.
Principal Research Officer at NARO, Dr. Frederick Kabi, announced that the anti-tick vaccine is in its final stages of assessment and will be rolled out by the end of the year.
The vaccine is going to save Uganda 3.8 trillion shillings annually. These losses have been experienced as a result of ticks, which transmit pathogens. The pathogens cause disease, and we make a lot of losses.
Mary Namkose, UBC News.
Over 15 journalists have been trained in election coverage, safety and electoral law by the Uganda Media Women's Association ahead of the 2025-26 polls.
Yesterday,
day, during the discussion,
Uganda prepares for the 2025-26 general elections. The Uganda Media Women's Association has stepped up efforts to equip journalists with critical skills in election reporting, safety and electoral laws. UMA Project Coordinator Catherine Apalat explained the goal of this project of training journalists from different media houses.
We want to see that gender equality is mainstreamed in media houses and practices. We believe that this training has come at a very critical time when the country is preparing for its elections next year.
She appealed journalists to put what they have learned in practice.
So make sure when we are doing this election reporting, let's plan properly. Let's put what we've learned into practice. Plan properly, put your life first.
The lead trainer and facilitator at Uganda Media Women's Association, Birungi Rebecca, appealed to journalists to be mindful of what we say or report.
We should be very, very mindful about what we say and how we say it. It's very important for us to stay informed, and we also know about what these laws echo in relation to election reporting, safety, and also security.
The project officer, Uganda Media Women's Association, Lira Ndagire, explained the purpose of the training to journalists.
But for now, as Uganda Media Women's Association, for us we are focusing on training journalists to ensure that they report with accuracy and fairness, and also ensure that they keep their safety and security at the back of their mind when they are executing their roles.
Ndagire appealed to the media houses to support their workers during the general elections period.
We call upon media owners to support journalists during this period by providing them with identification, proper identification, safety gears, jackets, well branded, with the name of the media house they are coming from.
She called on security organs to respect and be lenient with the media.
We call upon security operatives to respect the media, leave the journalists to do their work very well.
Some journalists who attended the training explained what they have gained.
We have got an opportunity to be here in a training by Uganda Media Women's Association, and we have learned even about the laws, what we should do, what we shouldn't, how we should collaborate to see that we have a fair, election season.
Mary Namkose, Stephen Kayumba, UBC News.
9 pastors have joined over 2,000 already in partnership with the Shinjonji Church of Jesus, sealing the deal at a seminar in Kawara.
The new signatories represent churches from Kitgum, Lira, Kasese, Bulowa and other regions. Head of Domestic Mission at Chichanji, Martin Bakabulindi, links growing interest to large-scale Bible training and graduation programs.
We are seeing that now so many people are acknowledging the truth. The more so many people come and work together, that is the best way we can spread this word of truth. As in Uganda, when you look at us, there is a problem whereby so many religious leaders are fighting themselves. But whenever we bring this word and the pastors come and become one, this is really very amazing, and we believe that through the word of Chinchanji, we are creating the world of peace.
Bakabulindi says over 8,000 Ugandans graduated, with 2,000 more expected this year.
And most of them, they joined even our Bible schools and they completed their courses. So the letter which has been read, this is a letter which is being delegated from to the world, but from one of the saints in the Chinchanji Church of Jesus. So the purpose of the letter is to show believers how they can come and acquire true salvation through the word of truth, which Chinchanji Church of Jesus gives.
Among the new partners is Pastor Arthur Asimwe of Lord's Peace Church in Entebbe.
Yes, for the first time I lost most of the members, but at a later stage, when they realized exactly what I was teaching them, and then they started coming back to join my Lord's Peace. And now, as I'm talking, Right now they are there. We have about 3 sessions. They are in the class studying.
I just detect myself that I was doing something. I don't know how can I call it. It was something which is not right before God. But I thank God. After realizing, I even become humble, as you can see me, children of God. Let us unite in one word, in one secret of word of God, so that we go to heaven. This is what I can tell you, because when you go outside there, you find this pastor is having a different doctrine, and yet the scripts are telling us one thing, which is one doctrine in secret to take us to heaven.
Pastor Bettina of Jerusalem Christ Life Ministry in Kitgum says the training changed her ministry and urged religious leaders to put aside doctrinal divisions.
Alors botu gileva chole wo wiro poke lutien paloba wo wiro luen chalo parasaya mago bere ka luen kom Yesu Kristo ibino ne me achiel wo wiro bedi organization en okeli wa lor mabe make sure one when wo bedu ka achiel we wo woro wa chiri polo pe wa yuo lutien paloba wa chuelu gi maj make a pain wo kwonye lutien paloba wa chuelu gi ikwo mala binara chunya bibere yom ka unu joining organization neni pi wun lepa win kan mabe na machima en kupe kera weri nong yot kwa organization neni na machen achela bu ngwen achela
is training pastors in biblical interpretation and fostering global Christian unity. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
And now into business, the Uganda Vocational Training Assessment Board begins its July-August exam series on Monday with 485 scouts deployed to curb malpractice.
A total of 55,991 registered candidates will be assessed by the Uganda Vocational and Technical Assessment Board under the July-August series from 373 centers nationwide. Among these, 49,704 candidates will sit for the national certificate across various vocational training institutions. 5,966 candidates will be assessed in skills department centers, and 123 candidates are from the special needs category. The board has mobilized 485 scouts who will monitor examinations to ensure they adhere strictly to the TVET law and that all offences and penalties are enforced to maintain the integrity of the assessment process.
Given the unique nature of competence-based assessment, the board will deploy 2,259 practical assessors and verifiers to conduct on-spot practical assessment of candidates. We have therefore conducted a pre-inspection of assessment centers across the country to ensure compliance with the separated standard operating procedures that govern the conduct of assessment. Just a word of caution to all our candidates who are going to get involved in these examinations. We want to caution them against any involvement in any form of offense that attracts severe penalties. They are heavy and we don't.
Meanwhile, the board has registered and successfully conducted assessments of over 30,000 candidates from practically acquired skills in the informal TVET sector since April 2025. Uganda Vocational and Technical Assessment Board is currently developing strategies to streamline the assessment of trainees with informally acquired skills.
To TWTI, you say, for me, I'm a mechanic. I've been repairing vehicles for several years, but I've not been to school. So they assess you, then they present you for assessment. As ESA previously, they would be assessed under Directorate of Industrial Training, but they are now under UPDF and put up schedules that can be used to assess.
Streamlining in such a way that we focus the curriculum on what people do when they go outside in the world of work. So when we focus our curriculum there, then we are going to make it in form of modules. So every learning, every assessment is going to be done under the modular system, which is basically directly translated into what people do in the world of work.
This July-August assessment series marks a significant milestone under the TVET Act 2025, which also seeks to target and prosecute offenders involved in malpractice during assessment. I'm Nafka Farida in Kampala.
And into sports, Bulemezi County has unveiled new football management committees in a bid to restore the club's dominance ahead of the Masaza Cup final.
With just 5 points from 5 games, Bulemezi sits rock bottom in the 6-team Masengere group, a worrying start for a team with championship pedigree.
Though, according to our history and according to our previous performance, 5 points is not worth the position and the strength of Bulemezi and its historical position in the counties of Uganda. That's why today we have made some reshuffles and we have appointed the new leaders. Of the 9, we have changed only 5. So the 4 are still there to manage, and we have boosted the management of the team with appointing another 4 stronger committee, another 4 members to boost up the committee. So we are certain and we are hopeful that this committee will steer Bulemezi with greater heights as it is known in the tournament of Masaza.
Among the new leaders is Patron Frank Mutalaga, who now coordinates both the executive and temporary county sports committees. He's confident that Bulemezi can bounce back.
So I'm truly confident with the committee they have given me, because first of all they have sensed and they have looked at me that I'm somebody who loves football. I'm somebody who understands football very much. So I think the Kangao has really sensed and he has realized that Mutalaga, to succeed with all his plans, he has to have the committee which is also good at football.
This Sunday clash is a crucial showdown against Buwekula FC, and Bulemezi fans are already fired up. Training is in full swing with the squad, recently locking horns with Chagwe FC in a friendly all-part preparations for the must-win match.
Nsanso okubalaba ekibuuzo nno kyange kyangu njala okubuuza Kanga waffe omulungi atuwabulimu mutugamba okulonda ssentebe w'abawagizi kyetaagisa bukugu ki omuntu alondebwa kuba ssentebe bw'abawagizi?
Bulemezi, a 3-time Masaza Cup champion, last lifted the trophy in 2023 after edging Gomba 1-0 in the final. Vincent Wamundo, Benon Mukwaya, UBC News.
And that wraps it up here in UBC News tonight. Thank you so much for your company. I'm Lauryn Kazimoto, and my colleague Mohammed Mugalu in Sign Language. We do wish you a good night.